Hey fellas, 265 Chevy here. Today's October 28th. Uh, Finished some projects. Right now I'm in the midst of cleaning up the, the last three projects I've done. And so let's see how that came out. If y'all remember from my last video, I had to repair a weatherboard and doing some other stuff. So here we go. Okay, so one of the projects was to get the hand railing back on, which I got it back on, painted. Got all that painted, all that repainted and caulked. You know, just to try to keep it somewhat, you know, so it don't rot. Yeah, just gotta keep on that little maintenance issue. And then another thing, prepared for winter. So I got I don't know what you call that stuff that you put over your pipes. You keep your pipes warm during winter. All that was it was on for a few years. So every few years you gotta replace it because it gets real thin. So I put all new foam on it and retaped it, and so that's ready for winter. And here's the weatherboard. Actually right here I had to cut into this weatherboard a little bit to get this weatherboard out because I just replaced the whole thing from here to here. So I made a new joint. But got rid of that rot. And then what I decided to do, you know me, it's always a little bit more than what I said I was going to do. So what I redid, I recaulked all the corners, and I pretty much recaulked a lot of the seams, and anywhere they had a crack. See how they have a crack here? So I recaulked that, and then I put a coat of paint on it. Of course, it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb because, hold on, close this door. So we got new paint over paint that's been 5 years old, and you can see right here how these three boards are shiny. And then if you look up there, kind of got as high as I could get because first time I did it off of 2 scaffolds, and really don't have enough room right here to put a ladder way up there. But so I did everything that I could do. So really what this thing needs is actually to be lightly sanded and recoated and recaulked, the whole thing, and then it'll be good for another 5 or 6 years. But I'm not really going to worry about that because I really want to get the whole house painted eventually. So just going to try to keep it going, keep on, you know, just keep on working on other things to try to get the house to a point where it can be painted, and then probably make a loan on the house and paint it and then pay off the loan. That's probably how I'm gonna do it, more than likely. So I doubt if I'm have the money to paint this big thing, and if I try to just save the money to do it, and the whole house will be in disarray. So I got those 3 projects done. We got 2 more projects to do. Well, actually, yeah, 2. The first project that I'm gonna tackle, you see this right here. We built this a long time ago. It's to keep the dogs in the backyard. Well, there's 2 front openings just like this in the front of the house that I want to put the exact same thing. And that's just in case if we do get another dog, that if he gets out the back, he can't get out the front. So, you know, I guess you kind of say I'm kind of probably preparing myself to maybe get another puppy. But I haven't crossed that bridge yet. But that definitely needs to be done to keep the other animals coming from the street underneath the house. Because we have dogs that come sometimes go underneath the house and stuff like that. They go after the cats. So, and my daughter's got a cat that she feeds. And so, you know, try to keep the dog from going after it. So I have to build those two things, and that's the next project on the list. And then the one following that is there's two gardens next to the garage, you know, that I don't really call them gardens, but so actually what's going to happen here is going to be dug out, sand put down, then plastic, then some more sand, and then those wood chips on top of that, just to keep the grass growing from here. Just to make it a little bit nicer when you come down the stairs and stuff. You know, same thing over here, but over here, you see the pebbles that came out of there, those rocks. So I'm gonna clean them up and do the same thing over here. You see how they got the high lip. So when you pull the cars back and you pull forward, you know, you really can't pull any further than that because the front wheel fall off into there. This was a bad design when we came up with it a long time ago. So what I'm gonna do, the same thing, you know, dig it out, sand, plastic, sand, and then I'm gonna put the rocks, but I'm gonna lay the rocks high and then come low. So when, you know, if you drive the car can just roll on the rocks and then, you know, come all the way up to here, because you need every little inch to move these cars around. One thing I did do, I did wipe down the Firebird. You can see that it's a lot cleaner, and that has been in preparation because after those two projects are done, my main focus is going to be on this car. So when I come down here, if I'm working 4 or 5 hours, I'll be working 4 or 5 hours on this car. Not saying that it's going to get painted, but we'll talk about that in another whole video. What's my goal for that? But that's definitely on the horizon. And the only other project that's going to be going on when the car's going on, if y'all, my subscribers, as y'all remember, last year during the winter, I started the attic project. Well, I want to continue working on that because it is winter time, the best time to work on it. So we kind of switch between back and forth. If it's real cold, then I'll work up there. If it's raining, I'll work up there. But if it's decent weather, I'll put all my time in on here. Because I need to get this car out of here to start eventually to working on that side of the house. And I'm going to need this room to do, you know, woodworking and stuff like that up in here. So at least the initial part of it is to get it to be able to drive and move and stop and everything on its own ability. Get it off of jack stands and get it back on the road. You know, use this as a third car and eventually paint it if I don't sell it before then. But you know, right now this would probably be our third car that, you know, because I mean it's completely pretty much rebuilt. I mean it's pretty much a brand new car. I really don't know what the time by it sitting, everything that I rebuilt, I don't know how much of that's going to affect the rebuild. Like the rebuilt motor. The motor was probably built in 2008, somewhere around there, 9 maybe. So it's been sitting a while. I mean, but it's always been in the garage. It's always been covered up, you know. Right now the engine's in the car, but it's all sealed. Got spark plugs in it, you know, all the, you know. So nothing really should have got in it or nothing like that. So, and I squirted down with WD-40. I turn it every now and then. Before I start this project, I'll take the plugs out and turn it and see how it turns over. If it turns over easy, I shouldn't have any problems. But, you know, we're going to get into a video about this car because I have some questions from my subscribers. Maybe y'all can give me a little ideas on how to approach this. It's been a while since I worked on this thing, so I really don't remember too much about it. But I do have books and stuff, so I'm pretty sure I could figure it out. But that's another video for another day when I get close to it. So I want to, like I said today's Saturday. I want to clean up, my whole thing, the way I've been doing things now, I do a project, I clean everything up, pick everything up, put it all where it's supposed to go, and get ready for the next project. So, you know, all these things like here that when I took down the platform that I built, you know, so I have to bring all that up in the attic because all this is going to be used for the attic work to put up that floor. So I'm gonna bring that upstairs just to get it out my way, and just clean up everything, all the mess that I made doing these projects right here, like the trash over there, and trash right there, and stuff like that. Pick all that up, and that's what today is pretty much is. Because this afternoon, taking my daughter to a haunted house, so she's looking forward to that. So that's what we're going to be doing this afternoon, nighttime or whatever. And you know, and that's about it, fellas. To be honest with you, I want everybody to put a YouTuber in our prayers, Iceman. If y'all don't subscribe to him, you know, he's going through a bowel cancer, stage 4, and he's going through chemo right now. So you know, he's going through a hard time, and I'd like to everybody keep, you know, prayers on your thoughts, or, you know, just think about him. And another guy, Rob Taylor, I think his first name is Rob, or Rod Taylor. Saw a video of him the other day. Insurance companies give him the runaround and everything. And he has some type of disease that is messing with his not immune system, but, well, put it this way, it's messing with him. I really don't know exactly what it's doing to him. But it's not a very good disease, and the insurance company is it's not really treating them right when you need them, when you're paying all this money, and when you need them, they're not there for you. But keep him in your thoughts too. You know, these are people who are going through hard times, and I think every little bit helps. You know, it all means something. So I appreciate all of y'all. Thank y'all for subscribing and, you know, putting up with me and stuff like that. And really, that's about it, fellas. I don't really have too much, but it's getting close. Matter of fact, I'll be able to start doing something actually what the channel was actually built for. Supposed to be 265 Chevy here, 2-car garage, and I really never see too much garage work. It's always about something else. But pretty soon I'm determined that I'm gonna get one of these cars to move, and then after this one is moving, same thing that's gonna be done with this one. It's just gonna be somewhat thrown back together. I got a bunch of old parts and stuff like that. I'm just gonna throw a motor together, and just be able to at least get this one be able to back up on its own power and move forward on its own power, so I can have my garage and I'll be able to do work. And I feel like if I can do that, I can do a lot more work in here than I can out there in the weather and the heat and everything else, you know. So these are my goals. These are what I'm gonna try to accomplish, but one at a time. I've been accomplishing, the way I've been doing it's been very helpful. One project at a time, start to finish, pick up everything, you know, get ready for the next project, and that's what today's all about. All right, so y'all have a good day. Bye.